Hi folks, Morgan coming back at you here. So we're talking about the homework on word equations today. All right? Now, let's do some very straightforward questions to get us started. What symbol means gas? The chemical reaction, we use G. Often it's put into parentheses. Yields, that's an arrow. Solids, that's an S, often in parentheses. Liquid will be an L. Aqueous is AQ. All right? What is an exothermic reaction? It's one that's hot, feels hot. It releases heat. An endothermic is one that feels cold. It absorbs heat. And I want you to use your language skills here. The prefixes endo and exo. Exo for exit, endo for entrance. Okay? Now, next. What are the names of the numbers that go in front of a chemical symbol in the equation? That's a coefficient. Just like in math. What does a balanced chemical equation represent? Okay, conservation of atoms. Or if you interpreted the question a different way, it represents a chemical reaction. There are different ways of answering that question. Okay? Now, what verb describes the substances to the left? Those are reactants. And the ones on the right of the arrow are products. Okay. So the front of this was a pretty straightforward homework. Now, I'm going to acknowledge it gets a little more challenging on the back, but I think we can handle this. Hydrogen gas would be H2, and nitrogen gas would be N2, and you can put G there, okay? To form ammonia, ammonia is NH3 gas. We balance it by putting a 2 there and a 3 there. I want to remind you of this silly thing we made up, Hofbrinkel. Those are the ones that are diatomic when they're on their own, not necessarily in a compound, but when they are on their own. Okay, now, potassium chlorate decomposes, KClO3, to give us potassium chloride, KCl, and O2. We balance that with a 2, a 2, and a 3. Now, I'll probably be skipping the states of matter for the rest of these. It's really not that big a deal. Let's not lose sleep on that. Calcium oxide plus water form calcium hydroxide. Remember, for calcium oxide, Ca is 2 plus, O is 2 minus. Sodium hydroxide, NaOH, reacts with hydrochloric acid, HCl, to make a solution of sodium chloride and water, and that is already balanced. Now, if we were going to do states of matter, okay, these are solutions, okay, that's also going to be aqueous. That would be water, just liquid form. Okay. Magnesium bromide, MgBr2. Remember, Mg is a 2 plus, bromide's a Br minus. Reacts with chlorine gas, Cl2, to make magnesium chloride, MgCl2, and bromine gas, Br2. And that's already balanced there. Sodium chloride, NaCl, reacts with sulfuric acid, H2SO4, to make sodium sulfate, which would be Na2SO4. Remember, Na is a +1, sulfate's a 2 minus. And hydrogen chloride is HCl, All right, we're going to have to put a 2 there. We're going to have to put a 2 there to make that balance out. All right, aluminum is Al plus iron 3 oxide, which is Fe2O3, to give me aluminum oxide, Al2O3, and iron Fe. So I'm going to need to put a 2 there and a 2 there. Okay. Silver 1 nitrate is AgNO3, reacts with nickel, Ni, to make nickel 2 nitrate, so NiNO3 sub 2, and silver, Ag. The silver is changing its charge, and the nickel is changing its charge as this happens. That's called a redox reaction. We'll do a lot of those in the spring. Zinc, Zn, reacts with sulfur, S, to form zinc 2 sulfide, ZnS. All right, and that looks to be balanced. You know what? I'm sorry, I forgot to balance number 8 for you. We need to put a 2 there and a 2 there to make that balance out. All right, potassium chloride, KCl, reacts with silver 1 nitrate, AgNO3, to yield silver 1 chloride, AgCl, and potassium nitrate, KNO3. Partners exchanged. Okay, so that was a nice little review of some nomenclature stuff for you. I'll put the first half of this up here again. Pause if you have to. Put down a little farther. Again, pause if you have to. And finally the last couple there. You can pause it if you need to. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I hope this homework went well for you.